welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna bring to you guys another road test vlog. This one is gonna be of the MAC Next to Nothing face color. I will insert a little review of the Next to Nothing pressed powder as well at the very end of this video. I'm gonna be testing this product out in 3 different ways. One on its own, another with a primer underneath, and then as a primer itself. So this product underneath my foundation, which by the way is what you're seeing right now. By way of background, MAC recently released a Next to Nothing collection which consists of a powder, a foundation or a face color, and 2 brushes that you're meant to apply the products with. Let me just give you a little blurb of what MAC says the foundation does. This is a sheer tinted cream, can be used under or over foundation, brings a translucent luminosity to skin, cushiony smoothing texture, diminishes look of imperfections and fine lines, moisturizes and protects skin. It's meant to be a, what do they call it? No filter needed product. I really hope that you guys find this helpful. If you want to find out how this product performs, then please keep on watching. Alright, so let's get started with our test, shall we? I have prepped my skin with my regular skincare. For the first step, I'm not going to be putting on any primer at all. I'm just going to be putting on the products. And as I mentioned before, the product is called the Next to Nothing face color. I chose the color Light Plus, which hopefully will match my skin tone. I'm not very sure. So it comes with a lock mechanism, which I really like, so it's not going to get all over your makeup bag. I am going to pump out about 2 or 3 pumps. Now I'm going to do half my face with a beauty blender and then another half with probably a stippling brush of some kind. I can see there is a tiny bit of coverage. So this is one half of my face done. It does have a little bit of coverage. It has kind of evened out the skin tone a tiny bit. It's covered up some of my scars, but not all of it. There's still pigmentation visible here. There are still some scars visible here and as well as on my chin. I used up the entire 3 pumps worth of product. It hasn't covered very much, but it has kind of perfected the skin a tiny bit. I'm going to move on to my stippling brush. I'm going to use this one from Zoeva. This is the 103 Defined Buffer. Taking out about 2 pumps this time. And I'm going to stipple it onto the skin. So it's pretty obvious the stippling brush does a lot better a job than the beauty blender when it comes to this foundation. With the beauty blender, it's very sheer. It's really kind of washed out. You can't really see the product, which is really good for you guys who don't want to look like you're wearing foundation. It definitely gives you that kind of effect. Even on this side, it doesn't look like I'm wearing foundation, but the skin is a lot more perfected. I'm just checking how well it does in terms of hiding the appearance of pores. Doesn't do a fantastic job, but doesn't sit in the pores either. I feel like you'd be better off applying it with a beauty blender if you want to apply it to your nose area, especially if you've got enlarged pores like I do. I'm going to show you some before and after shots side by side so you can kind of, I don't know, have your own opinion of how the foundation performs. We're going to do face color alone but with primer underneath. Let me pick a primer. Okay, I'm going to do the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer because this one has no color in it whatsoever. So hopefully it shows you more true to color how the face color looks with primer underneath. And now I'm going to do the same thing, half the face with Beauty Blender. And this is what it looks like. And then the other half with my stippling brush. And this is what it looks like with the stippling brush and the primer on. This time I'm going to use the MAC Next to Nothing underneath my foundation. I'm going to go in with my stippling brush just because the instructions say to use it with the brush anyway. So I'm going to skip the beauty blender this time and just apply this all over the skin. Since it's going underneath my foundation, I'm not going to be applying too thick a layer, and instead of stippling, I'm going to be buffing the product all over my skin. I've just used 1 pump so far and I feel like that might be enough. Yeah, I think that might be enough for a kind of primer situation. So I'm going to leave it at that, and now we're going to move on to the foundation. The foundation I'm going to be using is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and this I will apply with my beauty blender. I can definitely feel a bit of tackiness in the Next to Nothing foundation, face color, or whatever you want to call it. So I feel like that's going to help my foundation stick to it really well. And then this is what it looks like with the Next to Nothing face color underneath a foundation. Overall, I kind of do see more of a perfected finish. I can kind of see why this product gains so much traction. It does make my skin look really dewy, really glowy, and kind of more perfected. I can still definitely see the pores and the little bumps on my skin, but overall, my skin looks a lot healthier and a lot shinier. Not in a bad way. It's more glowy than shiny, I feel. And I like the finish. I really like the finish. I would not buy this as an extra step in my routine, but just because it also acts as a primer, I kind of feel like I can replace my primer with this instead. I will definitely be wearing this throughout the day and checking it out for you guys, and I will report back and tell you guys if it wore well throughout the day. Malaysia is a really hot place, so it's the perfect place to test foundation. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna finish up my makeup. So here is the finished makeup look together with the MAC Next to Nothing face color underneath my foundation. I did powder my skin, I have to say, just because in Malaysia it's not possible to not powder your skin. For now, what I can tell you is that I really like the product. I do have to say that it's not that you can't find this kind of finish in other products. There are a lot of primers out there that can perfect your skin just as well as this one can. Some examples that I can give you. One from This Works that I really like. I'm gonna leave it down in the description box for you guys just because I can't remember the name right now. Another one is the Dermalogica Primer. That one I really like as well. Dr. Murad's Invisiblur is also a really great primer to get this kind of effect. These primers all help your skin photograph really well. The price point of this primer is actually pretty okay. The price is comparable to the other primers that I mentioned earlier, so I feel like this might be a better option if you are also looking for a product that you can wear on its own, because this does perfect the skin a lot more than those other primers that I mentioned. To be honest, I really wasn't expecting much from this product. I thought it was totally hyped up. I didn't think that it would do what it said it would do, but I do really like it as a primer. If you're looking for a really natural finish and you want to look as if you're not wearing makeup, but you want kind of a more even, more perfected skin, it does do it to some extent. Quick mention of the Next to Nothing pressed powder. I have tried it actually. I chose not to purchase it just because honestly I don't feel like it does anything for my skin. I tried it out in store and kept it on the entire day. Didn't affect my makeup very much, didn't keep it from melting off, and it didn't perfect my skin very much. It does act just like every other powder out there. This is just my opinion, by the way. I didn't really like it. That is my review of it. I'm gonna come back to you guys and kind of give you an update on what this looks like at the end of the day. Hey guys, so I am back after an extremely long day. By the time I was done filming, it was about, I want to say about 1:30 in the afternoon, and right now it is about 11:30 at night, so I have been out for about 10 hours now. This is how the makeup has held up. I haven't done any touch-ups at all. In fact, I've been kind of like wiping my face, which is really bad, by the way. Don't do that, guys. There's a lot of oil that's come through. I completely expected that. I am still very happy with the finish of the foundation. I feel like it's held up pretty well for the most part, especially in this area right here. In this area over here, you can see a bit of my pigmentation is already showing through, and right up here, which is where I touch my face the most, unfortunately, you can see that a bit of the foundation has worn off, but overall it's kept it up really well. I do like it a lot. Alright, so that was my review of the MAC Next to Nothing collection, particularly the foundation or the face color, and I hope that you guys found it useful. If you have any questions about the products at all, just leave it in the comments box below and I will get back to you guys as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Thank you.